Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are we today? I hope everybody's doing well. I appreciate you watching me today. And we are using the Nuts About Squirrels stamp set. It is out of the holiday mini catalog, the July to December 2021 holiday mini catalog. And it is on page 49. In the US, it's $17 and I can sell it anywhere in the US. So if you're interested in this stamp set, please go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com. You can send me a message if you have questions, or you can go to shop with me there. This is an awesome stamp set. It's really fun. I'll have at least 3 videos with it, so I hope that you will tune in and watch them. This is the card we're going to make today. Isn't it adorable? Super cute squirrels. And we're going to work on this one. So let me get everything off the table here and we can get started. Okay, to make this card, we're using the Timber 3D embossing folder. And I have a piece of Sahara sand in here, and I have already run it through my die cut machine. And when I did that with the Stampin' Up stamp cut and emboss machine, you need plate number 1, which is the platform that it comes with. And then you need this with the paper inside of it, and then plate number 4, and that's what will crank this through the machine to give you the impression. So when we open this up, we have this beautiful background with the wood grain on it, which is really fun. It works perfect for these squirrels, right? You can see it on the card. Here's another one. That beautiful wood grain is on there. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to use the Sahara sand ink pad on the Sahara sand paper and a blending brush. And I'm going to grab a scrap paper to put underneath here. And I'm going to start on this side here, and I'm going to just ink this up, pick up that color there, and I'm going to pat it to get that darkness off, and then I'm just going to come onto my cardstock and work my way up. And this is just pulling that grain color, bringing the images, that embossed area, and just popping it off the page. So I'm going to now do the middle. And then let's do the end. This other side here, work our way up. And it just adds a little bit of color to that background and helps to bring out the color here of the grain, or the raised areas of the grain. Okay, so then I'm going to put that off to the side. That is the top of our card. The card core is very vanilla, and so let's go ahead and fold that in half. I'm going to grab my bone folder to help me here with this creasing, just like that. So this is the base of my card, and then this is going to get attached right on top like this. Isn't it so cool? I love it. So let me go ahead and get out my wet glue. That's what I'm going to use. Whenever there's a grain, I like to use a liquid glue, because these raised areas need something that will, you know, sink into all the little nooks and crannies. And that's what this wet glue will do. Just make sure you have it, you know, close where it'll grab on the edges. And then you're going to go ahead and put this down onto your card. And that is your top of your card here. The nice thing about the wet glue is there's wiggle room, so you can mess around with it, get it to line up really well. And if I've trimmed this just a hair off, I can grab my stamp cut, and I can grab my paper snips and trim this to match my paper. Sometimes, you know, when you're using a paper trimmer, you push one direction or the other and you're just off by a tiny hair. There we go. See, it was just a smidge off but when you put another color on there, you can notice it. So there's that. Now we're gonna take this strip here. That's what forms this cute banner right here. So this piece is gonna get that, and we're gonna use the Hey There sentiment. I'm gonna grab that. Hopefully I have it handy. If not, I will grab a clear block and we can grab it out of the box here. That's exactly what I'm gonna have to do. I guess I had put it away. So let me grab that. Here it is. We're gonna go ahead and attach it onto this block. We're gonna use the Early Espresso ink, which is that dark brown. And I'm just gonna go ahead and ink this. I'm gonna turn this sideways. And I'm just gonna ink it down this one side right here. And I'm just gonna start like that and just line that up. Just butting it up against so that there's no space there in between. It just runs together, just like that. Let me go ahead and clean my stamp. Okay. So this piece here, to get this point at the bottom, I'm just gonna come in like so, right down the middle. And then I'm gonna come from this corner and match that piece. And I'm gonna come in from this corner and match that piece. Just like that. And I'm gonna lay it on here. I did make it a little long. I just wanted to make sure that it would fit really well on here. So we're gonna go ahead and attach this piece onto our card. So I'm gonna get the same thing because we're attaching onto this surface. I'm gonna use, actually, let me trim off this so I don't put too much glue on it. I'm gonna just trim. Oh, it's very little. I'll trim it at the end. I thought it was bigger than that. So let's go ahead and attach this. Onto our card. We can get rid of these two peaks. And let's go ahead and attach our banner. Just like this. Leave about a ½ inch on the one side. Make sure the points are on our card. And press that into place. Then we're going to flip to this side. And the part that's sticking out, we can easily see it now. And we'll cut that even. Just like that. So there we are so far, right? Now comes our squirrels. So we're gonna use a piece of Very Vanilla, and I am gonna stamp my squirrel image in the outline first. So here he is with his cute little acorn, and I am gonna stamp him onto my cardstock, just like that. He looks pretty good. Now we get to fill him in, and to fill him in, we're going to be using a outline right here that's going to go right over the top. Let me clean this image real fast so that I can put this stamp away. All right. So we're going to be using cinnamon cider. That's the color. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this little guy up in cinnamon cider ink. Make sure that he's covered really well so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna make sure I'm over the top, and hopefully I'm not in the camera, my head, but I am trying to see as best I can to line him up. And I think he's good. And we're gonna press him down. Oops. And pull up, and there is our brown squirrel. He will get lighter as the ink sinks into the cardstock. So as you can see on these, he looks a little bit lighter, but it's just because he has actually sunk in I'm gonna go ahead and color the acorn if I can find there it goes, our other color. So I'm using soft suede for the acorn, and for the squirrel himself, to give him that second color, I'm using the cinnamon cider Stampin' Blend. The ink color that I used was also cinnamon cider, and so it'll give it a two-tone effect. This is the light cinnamon cider, and so I'm going to go ahead and color him in. I'm going to go along his tail here and pull that color down. It's very easy to color with these Stampin' Blends and very quick because the color soaks into the cardstock immediately. And that's why it's called a blend, and it pulls that color down. So it's really kind of cool how fast you can actually color with these markers. Let's go ahead and do his belly. It fills in rather quickly. Okay, so there he is. He's gonna keep getting lighter as time goes on. Let's go ahead and do his acorn. We're gonna do the bottom of the acorn in the light soft suede and the cap in the dark. So go ahead and go around here, around his hands. And I'm gonna highlight those pieces where the artist did, and also under the cap there'll be a little darkness, kind of a shadow from the cap itself. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the cap in the darker soft suede. We're gonna ink that up. Just like that. Awesome. And then of course I will go over these lines as well in the dark. Okay, now comes time to cut him out. There's no dies for this stamp set, so you have to cut him out, but he cuts out fairly quickly. You're just going to leave a little border of that vanilla all the way around him, and the key is to move your paper, not your scissors. So you can see my left hand is moving the paper. My scissors are basically staying in place, except if I have to slide them up when I get to the tip. See, I have to slide it once I get to the end of the blade there, but for the most part it stays in place. I'm just pivoting with my other hand, moving the blade when it needs it. And we're gonna go around all this little fur of his. He's so cute with his little bushy tail. Let's get this little area here. Go around his whiskers, around his ear. Dip down in between the two ears there. Now comes his little face. He's so cute. His little eye. He just looks so mischievous. Like he's so excited that he has this little acorn in his hand. And now we're going to go around this acorn and around his foot, and we will be back to where we started. See how fast he comes together? Now, to save time, so you didn't have to watch me cutting everything out, I went ahead and did the different squirrels. So on this card, I'm gonna have 2 squirrels. Oh, I stamped the wrong one. But it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and just use it. He's gonna be up here. No one's gonna know what the other card looked like. I'm gonna teach you this trick here. We're gonna use 2 branches because the stamp is small and we want a longer branch. So I'm gonna show you how to make that longer. So we're gonna take this piece here, make it longer. I also could just stamp another one really quickly for you. Should we do that? Let's just do that. It's so fast. Let me grab a piece of vanilla. Make sure. I know I have extra white, but I'm not sure if I have extra vanilla. I have it in a large piece. Let's go ahead and stamp that again. All right, so you'll get to see me cut both of them out anyway. I was trying to avoid that to save time, but it doesn't take too long. Let's go ahead and do him. So we're gonna need the black ink pad and the cinnamon cider. So let's start with the black. You know, things happen sometimes. Let's go ahead and stamp him down right here, like so. He's just as cute, isn't he? So sweet, these squirrels. All right, let's grab this one, and then I will clean my stamps, ink that up, and then I'm gonna go over the top so I can see what I'm doing. We're gonna go ahead and position him just so. When I'm happy, I will press him down like that. There he is, super cute. All right. Hopefully I have been in the camera here and you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and clean these two stamps. All these stamps on my table, I got distracted and forgot which one I had colored. So let's go ahead and trim him out of this larger piece, and I will color him in, and then we can fussy cut him. Well, at least you learned how to color the one with the acorn, right? So now we're gonna use the same light cinnamon cider. His tail's a little bit different here. Just like that. Do his little face, his ears, any spots that didn't get color. We're gonna just add a little color there. You get to see me fussy cut one more time. Maybe we'll put that extra squirrel on the inside since I already have him ready. We'll start here. As you can see, I'm working my way around just like I did last time, leaving a border all the way around and going to the end, then moving my blade. Just like so. This one has cute little feet that you have to work your way around. The other one had that tail, that bushy tail I had to go around. This one will too, but it won't be as tight as the last one, the one that's sitting. Let's go around this guy's whiskers and around his ears. Both these squirrels are adorable in this set. I really like it. It just is so fall, isn't it? When they're gathering their acorns and getting ready for winter. It's like the perfect time when you think of squirrels. And these guys are so cute and adorable. There we go. All right, so that didn't take too long. All right, so now let's go ahead and I'm going to teach you this trick here. So let me grab my silicone mat. It's something that I use when I use my liquid glue a lot because it helps me, and I also use a tweezer. These are very skinny pieces and I don't want glue all over my fingers. So I use a reverse action tweezer. And what that means is that it's closed all the time and you have to actually squeeze it to open it. So it's the reverse of a regular tweezer. So I'm going to go ahead and add this adhesive to both of these branches. And I'm going to pick it up with the tweezer, so that's what gets the glue on it. And I want to hold this little guy about there so I know where to put my branch. Once I have him where I need him, I can move it. Now the second branch is going to get layered over the top, and I'm going to follow this line right here to extend him out. And I'm gonna pull it right about there. I want about that much sticking out. Now, you can see that very clearly, but when I put him over the top, I'm gonna position him so that he's covering that seam, and you'll never know that this branch wasn't this long. Isn't that awesome? So I have some leaves already cut out and stamped. I used a variety of fall colors to do them, and I think I have 2 of every color. So let's see if I can find them. 2 of that one, and 2 of this one, 2 of this. Yep, I have 2 of each. So we will use that. These guys are going to get attached onto our card, but let's go ahead and do the leaves first. So up here on this branch, I want a yellow that has a little bit of green in it. So we'll use this leaf here. We're also going to put some leaves inside our card. So let's put that one down. This one's going to be kind of in the air. So let's pick it up first and put some adhesive on the back of it. And it's just kind of floating down there. And then the other 3 colors, there's 5. So we'll put those at the bottom, and the other little squirrel can be sitting on these pile of leaves because it's fall, right? And leaves are everywhere. Well, if you have the 4 seasons, you get the fall leaves, right? I have a big oak tree in my backyard, and I get really big leaves. They're so pretty. They're similar to these. Just like that. So there's those. So now we're going to go ahead and put the dimensionals on the back, and they come on sheets like this. So we're going to put, they give like a lift. They're made from foam, and they give a lift to your piece. So 4 of them should work pretty good, I think. Yeah, that looks awesome. And then this little guy sitting at the bottom. Let's go ahead and give him his little dimensionals. He might need a 5th one. He's a little bit curly, so, okay. So what I use to take the backs off of these is this tool called the Take Your Pick tool. It has a putty end on this side that helps you pick up sequins and small jewels. This one has this point that I like to stick into these foam dots and lift them up. Then I can take them off of here and make sure that they all end up in my trash can instead of all over my craft room. So let's position him so that his little foot is covering that seam, right? And his little tail is fluffed, and he's walking on this branch. He's so happy and cute. There he is. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Okay, let's do this guy. Just like this. Take these off the back, and same thing, make sure they end up in my trash can and not in my craft room floor. That's why I love this tool. It's so amazing. And let's put this guy down here on these leaves. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh, he's precious. Okay, so on the inside of the card, we can't leave it naked, right? We need a little pile of leaves. So that's what I did right there. I put all the colors of leaves in there. So let's go ahead and grab those, and we'll start gluing those down inside, just however you want in this corner. They can overlap or not, it's up to you. Let me put it on the tweezer first. It's easier if I have it already on there. Let's put this one here. Do brown next, this rusty colored brown. How about like that? Oh, it's such a cute pile of leaves, and I love this yellow with the green in it. Sometimes the yellow ones have some green still, and then they're turning yellow. They're not fully colored. There we go. So there's our inside of a card. So the inside is just as cute. You could write a little note to somebody. Isn't it adorable? And even though I made the mistake and cut this extra little guy, I'll have to use him on another card because he is so cute. Let me move everything out of the way so that you guys can see. How cute is this card? I hope that you enjoyed it. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I'm kind of new to YouTube. I've been blogging for about a year at inkyhandswarmhearts.com. I blog every day, so you can go and check this out. And I will be using this stamp set at least 7 days on my blog. I try and focus each stamp set about a week so that you guys really have a lot of ideas to go with a stamp set that you purchase. And I'm really new to YouTube, so if you could just help me out by commenting, sharing, and subscribing, I would appreciate that. And ask your friends to subscribe too. I would appreciate that. And when you subscribe, you're going to get notifications of when I will post new videos. So check out my blog at inkyhandswarmhearts.com. I will also link it in the description below to make it easy for you to just click and go. And when you go there, you can access PDFs and measurements and more fun projects. Like I said, each stamp set I try and focus on for at least 7 days. So this one you're going to get to see quite a few projects with. So I appreciate you watching again. Thank you so much. And this is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Have an awesome day. Happy stamping, guys.